but they finally revealed the covers for NBA 2K, which is always kind of an exciting thing, especially because who doesn't love the new video game? Because especially after you get all these new rookies, I know I was extremely excited for the new game once we got Cade Cunningham, and so I was very excited to, when that finally was released, to get that and be able to
Oh
play as
yeah.
him. So it's always exciting when the new 2K comes around, because especially if you're a fan of a team that sucks, you get all of your young new rookies, and it's super exciting and it's awesome. In this case, we have Devin Booker, Grand Rapids' own. Devin Booker is on the
GR
cover.
native Devin
Beautiful.
Booker.
First of all, those covers are so sick.
Perhaps the best 2K covers we've gotten in years. I like
easily. I love the art style. This is incredible.
It's really cool. So first of all, this is the standard edition. This is what the digital deluxe edition looks like a 2K. But then in addition, since it is 2K23, we also get the Michael Jordan in the championship edition. The cool thing about the championship edition is that it comes with like a ton of perks and all this sorts of stuff too. Also comes with a 12-month subscription to NBA League Pass.
Really?
Yep.
That's probably pretty expensive.
I don't know. I have no clue what it is. I'll have to look it up.
But look that up for us. But going back to the other one
also,
real quick.
Also, they have the WNBA cover as well with Diana Taurasi and Sue Bird on it as well. So, yep, which is something that they're going to be doing every year from now on, is a WNBA cover as well. So they had
Candace, is that on like the reverse, or do you have to buy it that way?
It's like a version. Like it's like a version of the game. You can choose to buy a version of it, like with the WNBA cover, I believe.
Okay, because I just pointing out, like one of my favorite games ever, the not original, but the remake of Doom from 2016. They did this really cool thing where it had the regular cover, and then you could flip it inside out, and it had a different cover on the other side, so it was a reversible cover. It would be kind of cool if they did that, so that you could both get the WNBA and the NBA, and you could kind of choose back and forth. Because maybe you like both athletes and stuff like that. That'd be really cool, and maybe that's what they're doing. I don't know, maybe not.
Yeah, it looks like it's like a different. So it looks like what it is. It's like a different edition of the game, and like if you order it, it just comes with it's like a pre-order, and it's like comes with like special content as well. I'm sure it comes with like a cover or something with it, though that would represent it, because I would imagine that they would want to do something. It looks like the championship edition's $150, but
yeah, that makes sense.
But it's considering you get a 12-month subscription to League Pass, you also get like 100,000 virtual currency, like a ton, like you get a ton of like my team content, like my park content. It's like it's the ultimate collector's edition.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, no, I'm just saying, like, it would be cool to have Devin Booker's awesome cover on one side, and then the other thing on the other. Because here's the thing, I don't buy physical copies of games anymore. I haven't bought a physical copy of a game in like 6 years. But
that cover makes me
one that I'll
buy.
do it.
Yeah. It's and also for me, being a huge Michael Jordan fan as well. Doing the special like Michael Jordan edition, like my favorite 2Ks of all time have been the ones that have had Michael Jordan on the cover. Like those have generally always been bangers as far as 2K goes. So there's kind of a nostalgia sense, but like on the other hand, there's our guy, the GR native Devin Booker, one of my favorite players in the NBA, the cerebral assassin, and just how awesome of a cover it is. Yeah, man, just I'm pumped. I mean, I'm the sucker that's going to buy 2K every single year, no matter what. And, especially now next year when we get to play with Jaden Ivey and Jalen Duren and like all those guys, and an improved Cade as well, ratings wise, like that's going to be fun.
And hopefully with his dreadlocks or whatever you call them, like,
really
dope. First of all, I love Fro Cade, but I'm also like, when I saw him have, the curls, I was like, that's fucking sick. Like, that's cool. I liked it. He just looked business, and he had he looked bigger, and I was like, oh my boy.
He's definitely bulked up over the summer. They've definitely been working on his strength, and you can tell. So
yeah. So as far as the covers go, it's an interesting year this year for covers in general, because generally, like I said, I don't buy physical editions, but I might buy a couple physical editions just to keep in the plastic, honestly. And the one being our boy Devin Booker. I want to have that one. And then the other one being that Madden is going to do a special, Madden on the cover thing because, obviously he passed away and stuff like that. I have to have that as a Raiders fan. Like that just would be beautiful. So I'm going to do that, but probably the next time I would do it is maybe if the Vegas Aces have their own cover or something like that, especially if they won like the championship and they had like a cover with them as the champions, then I'd buy that immediately. That would be so sick.
I just love that your fandom of the WNBA is just evolved to the point where you're now like, if there's a Las Vegas Aces championship, I have to own that.
I have to.
Yeah.
Yo, I'm all in on the Aces. I mean, I have been for a little while now. I remember when I first started to like the WNBA, mostly because I didn't know what it was and I was kind of being a dick and kind of like, what is this,
Yeah.
But then I started to genuinely like it or whatever. And the funny thing is when I was like, oh, we should play that mode in 2K, and you're like, okay. And I notoriously cannot hit a 3 to save my life in that game. And then we played the WNBA, and it was like I was Steph Curry. I couldn't miss.
It was kind
insane.
of weird because we were just playing 2K. We were just playing around, joking around. And this guy has the freaking audacity to beat me in 2K. The one time he beats me is when we play the WNBA mode. So
by like 40. Like I blew you out of that game.
It wasn't by 40. It was like by 6.
I don't know if 6 was the number. At one point, I was up by a lot. I think you came back towards the end because you started to get it a little more. But for a little while there, I was up by a ton. And it was like you were so confused and I was confused because you were like, wait a minute, why can you hit shots?
Yeah. Yeah, it was kind of like the both like agreeing like this isn't how this is supposed to be going.
It seemed wrong.
Yeah, like generally it's an accepted rhythm that I kick your ass unconditionally in 2K, that like
especially if I play as a team I like.
Oh, I have my way. Like there's no conversation about it. Like I'll just sit there. I'll wait to see who Robert picks, and based off that, I'm like, all right, I'll go with this. I'll go this direction.
Which is, by the way, like one of 3 options. Sean, would you like to disclose who my 3 teams, my circle of teams are?
Of course. So first you got to go. He has to play it. His first go-to is Dame. That's one of his go-tos. He loves hitting threes with Dame and the Portland Trailblazers. Another one that's on there is the Miami Heat, even though he's always like, man, I suck ass playing with the Miami Heat. And he's like, I'm going to go with the Heat. I like their, Jimmy Butler, yeah, go Heat. And he plays the Heat and he goes, why do I play as the Heat? I freaking hate playing as the Heat. And then like the next time we hang out, he's going to play as the Heat.
Every time.
And then the third team is either the Chicago Bulls or if he's feeling desperate, he'll pull out Giannis and the Milwaukee Bucks and yam it down that way.
For sure. I think there's a team that has been left off of this, and I feel like it's the most important one, actually, and that being the Boston Celtics.
Oh, that's right.
That's some weird addiction to picking this damn team.
That's right.
I don't think I've ever finished a game as the Boston Celtics against you for like under about 40 points differential. Like I've definitely lost to you by at least 30 to 40 every time. Every time. Yeah. It makes no sense. Like when I play as the Celtics, it's just like I might as well not even have my controller plugged in. Like it's a nightmare. And yet I do it almost every time.
It's really the definition of insanity. But I mean,
I'm just hoping one of these times.
You've gotten far better over time, because the first time we tried playing it, I was trying to explain to you how 2K worked, and like you just kept getting reach-in fouls, and you were like, what the fuck is this? This is stupid. And then like every single possession, and it got to a point where it was fun for you. And so then it was almost a goal to get reach-in fouls. And so then we didn't even get
5 players get fouled out.
Yeah, and this wasn't even the end of the second quarter. So I mean, we just quit because it was like, well, we weren't even going to get through the game because this guy was just going to try to make as many reach-in fouls happen as humanly possible. So
yeah, by halftime, I had literally my entire bench fouled out.
So the fact that we even finish games at this point, to that, Sean, is like a freaking miracle. So you're going places, dude.
For sure. And I actually beat you straight up not that long ago. I don't even remember who the hell I was. I was probably the Bucks or something. But I finally had beaten you straight up, and I was like, let's go.
And then it will never happen again.
We'll see, Sean. We'll see. I'm going to do it as the Sacramento Kings.